is what flows in this fam's DNA. Dope is what flows in this fam's DNA.
What's good, everybody? Welcome to Dope Interviews, brought to you by the mighty 19 Media Group. I'm your host, Warren Shaw, and I don't have no time to waste. I'm in the virtual building today with the amazing Lady London, who has an album on the way, a 3-part docu-series launching on Tubi called Always Lady London. Lady, what's good, or better yet, wagwan?
Yeah, Wagwan, how are you?
Doing absolutely amazing, and so happy to be having this conversation with you. My question here, or one of my many questions, is this docuseries was greenlit by Tubi in kind of a, I guess, a fan-fueled incubator, right? So how did collaborating with your fans for this kind of docuseries like kind of contribute to the storytelling and the authenticity of your docuseries?
Yeah, I mean, it was amazing doing this project as a whole, and to bring the fans along with me on this journey was the number one driving force for this documentary to even be made. I feel like that a lot of people are not privy to the creative process or what it takes to make an album, or how invasive it can be, or just the mental fortitude it takes alone. So the fans along this journey, being able to like speak with them and like interact with them along the way, and then watching them watch me will be really, really fulfilling once it all premieres on 10/10.
Big facts, big facts. And in watching the docuseries, I hope you don't mind me saying this, but it seemed like you are a very private person living a very public life. Would you agree with that assessment, and just, kind of just to walk us through the process of, what you're dealing with in that?
No, absolutely. I am 100% introverted and recluse by nature. And so, yeah, the docuseries was quite invasive into my, my home life. But I do think it was important to showcase like my artistry on that level for my fans to be able to get an idea of my temperament and more of my personality. And there's just a chain of command that happens, in rap music and music in general, kind of like where it starts from your head and goes into, onto DSP platforms. So, I mean, it was a lot. I am very private, and I probably wouldn't do another one as invasive as that, but it was cool.
Yeah, well, it was. And I think, as somebody who's familiar with you and even some of the people that you've worked with and in your circle, it was really amazing to watch you kind of dive into, that level I'm of Jamaican descent, your interactions with your grandmother and stuff like that. You really touched me, and really kind of hit home. Is there any even kind of talking about the album, which I know like the docuseries is kind of the preview to the album, but is there any type of Caribbean influence, that's coming within the album that's launching next week as well too?
There is. Well, we hoped to have this record on there. We're still moving through like final track process, but we definitely did do a rhythm that I think would be really, really dope to contribute to the album as well. And we have one of Jamaica's finest to represent on there as well. So
we'll teaser. I see you. I see you.
Exactly.
You're very intentional about bringing Howard into the aspect as well too. And one of the statements in the doc is not really a spoiler, but it really struck me was, you could have been a doctor or could still be a doctor, right? But I think it was something you said at the end of, you can make $400K as a doctor, but you could consider a rogue rapper. Like, how do we flip that narrative, in society? Because that's very telling in where we are right now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if there's a matter of flipping it per se. I just think that's just perspective in general, because the type of money that you make in entertainment, it comes so fast, but it comes with so much sacrifice. Of course, it's amplified. Not saying that, doctors, lawyers, and everyone doesn't all sacrifice into our careers, right, but I've given up my 9 to 5 to work 24/7. I think when you look at perspective like that, I'm on airplanes every 2 to 3 days. I'm in meetings. I have 25 interviews today alone. So I think when you start to like really hone in perspective, you understand that it takes a lot of sacrifice to become an artist full time and to be there. So I think naturally, of course, we're like, man, $400,000 a year with the amount of work that you're doing daily, even the amount of wear and tear that has on the body, touring and everything else. I think you can understand why that's not enough for, the workload.
Yeah, no, that's real talk as well too. You obviously have some very deep and famous roots, obviously with your uncle and the passing of Excel, and very much considered one of the greatest lyricists, of our generation, just kind of in general. Is there anything that kind of influenced even the album? And again, I applaud you so much for even sharing so much of that within, parts of this docuseries in general. But is there any parts of the album, in essence, kind of dedicated to Chino? I saw you on Sway, even in that too. Like there was just a lot of emotion in that space. Just what can you talk about, or can you allude to in terms of like Chino or any dedication to what you're doing here in your musical journey currently?
Yeah, I've sifted through thousands of voice notes that he's exchanged with him and I throughout the years, and I'm finding a place to kind of put them to narrate in a right way through the album. I'm still working through that space, but he'll definitely have a moment that is dedicated to him in this project for sure.
Yeah. Docuseries, it's kind of emphasized the determination and transcending labels, and again, not wanting to be just kind of a freestyle rapper, which is odd, honestly, in this industry, because if you can only write and you can't freestyle, you get teased for that as well too, right? Yeah. But I don't know, it's kind of a bugged out situation. But what does critical acclaim look like for you with the success of this docuseries, and then obviously the album that's forthcoming as well?
Yeah, I think it's interesting that you even mentioned that, because it is a double-ended sword for sure, where it's like damned if you do, damned if you don't. Right. Yeah. But I mean, I think this album will land amongst ears that probably was unfamiliar with my ability to tap into different spaces and different mediums. And I think that's my most proud moment about this project, because I know I have my niche fan base that are like core fans that are like, will buy anything Lady London, and they're just here to support. But gaining that other side is really important for me as well, where people kind of begin to see me outside of my ability to freestyle at a very elite level, to curating these sonically pleasing moments that have various subject matter to them. So I think this will be really a dope experience for everybody consuming it.
Last two before I get out of here too. So did the touring with Coco really provide you another level of confidence even for yourself, as something, to do that in that, mega city tour?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when you do 33 cities, growth is inevitable. 100%. That you spend 2.5 months on the road getting through, all the places. And I can honestly say, from looking at the footage from my first show to my 33rd show, I was like, okay, I can definitely see, not only more confidence on the stage, but just the development of my artistry as a whole. I'm really, really proud of it. It definitely gave me the great practice to, go into headlining my own career, my own tour, hopefully next year. And, it was amazing.
Put that into existence. Lady, your faith is a very big part of what you do and part of your artistry as well too. You show that in the docuseries. Just final one here. What do you hope people take away in general from the documentary itself, on Tubi, which you show so many facets of you as a human being?
I hope that people have a better understanding of my temperament overall. I hope that people find that, this introspective look into my life was also a labor of love, and just, trying to give them a part of my artistry that isn't always showcased. But I think it had a lot of bearings on, why I create the way that I create. And hopefully people have a better understanding across the board of my music now that they know a little bit more about me.
Big facts, big facts. She is the amazing Lady London. Make sure you cop that album, To Whom It May Concern, and always make sure you check out the new docuseries coming out on Tubi. But time this drops as well too. Always Lady London. Lady, we wish you nothing but continued success. It's been a pleasure, absolutely pleasure to meet you.
The pleasure was all mine. Big up yourself. I appreciate you.
You see it. Boom, 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 and take it easy.
You too. Bye-bye.
You've earned this. Now it's time to embark on your own personal adventure. Book your vacation with exquisite travel and tours today. Explore the world and discover yourself.
Together we stand, divided we never. The vision is one, striving for the better. Working as a team, working toward a dream. It's not even work when the team is the dream. On a united front, we got our own back. A band of brothers to counteract any attack. One heart in fact, forget what the blood say. Dope is what flows in this fam's DNA. So let's do it for the love, give to the max. Listen to opinion, but react to facts. And remember that together with a shh, but separate, just pieces of it. Dope is what flows in this fam's DNA. Dope is what flows in this fam's DNA.
Family represent like a tree with names on it. We're free, no chains on it. Relieved, the pain's gone, I can see. We come together like questions on the quiz. Mojo Flow and Viz, man, you know what it is. And if ignorance is bliss, you're gonna hate this lesson. Organized intellect like a tropical depression. My symbol is the cross, a mic and ghost peppers. Cause I'm just a black sheep growing up to be a shepherd. Moonlighting as a weapon to protect the children. Every brother is a father, dynasties we're building. Max, J and K, Bay, and Isaiah, next level of the family foundation. Understand me?